What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. So today, this one is Epstein survivors that say they're creating their own list to release. Yes, Epstein survivors say they're creating their own list to release to the public because that's what the public want to see. So let's jump in this one and see what's happening. Let's get it.
Hi there. My name is Lisa Phillips, and I'm the host of a award-nominated podcast called From Now On, a platform supporting survivors. I want to thank all of my survivor sisters who came before me today. I'll be very short.
Yeah.
In the year 2000, I was taken to Jeffrey Epstein's island while on a photo shoot on a nearby island. Who I saw and what I experienced there was a glimpse into a very dark and disturbing world. For years after, I tried to avoid Jeffrey, but he had introduced me to Katie Ford, the owner of the Ford modeling agency.
Wow.
Epstein's reach went to the very top of fashion, arts, and entertainment. This did not just happen to underage girls in Florida. In New York City, hundreds of young, ambitious women were abused by him. Epstein was not just a serial predator, he was an international human trafficker.
Wow.
And many around him knew, many participated, and many profited.
Yep.
And yet, he was protected. So I stand here today for every woman who has been silenced, exploited, and dismissed. We are not asking for pity. We are here demanding accountability, and I'm demanding justice. Congress must choose. Will you continue to protect predators, or will you finally protect survivors? And also, I would like to announce here today, us Epstein survivors have been discussing creating our own list. We know the names. Many of us were abused by them.
That's all. A list like this would do so much. And a list like this, I would believe it more than any other list. A list that's created by the survivors. I would, because they've been there. They've been a victim to him and his cronies and his crew. So a list like this would be so amazing.
We know the names.
Yep.
Many of us were abused by them.
Strong.
Now,
Be
together
strong.
as survivors, we will confidentially compile the names we all know
Yeah.
who were regularly in the Epstein world.
Yep.
And it will be done by survivors and for survivors. No one else is involved.
Well done.
Stay tuned
Well done,
for more
Lisa.
details.
Well done. Yep. I like that. Well done. Strong. Strong. Be strong, ladies. Be strong. Come on. So good. So good.
Hello, my name is Shantae Davies, and
Hi,
I'm here
Shantae.
before you today as a survivor of decades of pain, trauma, and betrayal at the hands of Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein, and the people who enabled them, and a government that for far too long refused to help.
Yep.
In 2002, I was living in California, a young woman with high aspirations of becoming an actress. I was already beginning to make a name for myself in the industry. A person I trusted, someone I thought was a friend, invited me to meet a powerful woman who could help advance my career. That woman happened to be Ghislaine Maxwell. I was asked to give her a massage,
Monsters.
though I had almost no experience. And when I did, she praised me and promised introductions to someone enormously powerful, someone who could change the course of my life. And that man was Jeffrey Epstein.
Monsters.
At first, I was an excited young woman on top of the world. Epstein flew me to his private island. He listened to my dreams, promised to help, but his promises came with a catch. The abuse began. He told me to keep it secret. He manipulated me with quid pro quo I did not consent to, but I
Be
felt
strong.
I had no one to turn to.
Strong.
He was too powerful.
Yeah.
I was just one of the many young women trapped in his orbit. I was even taken on a trip to Africa with former President Bill Clinton and other notable figures. In those moments, I realized how powerless I was. If I spoke out, who would believe me?
Yeah.
Who would protect me? Epstein himself was the most powerful leader of our country. Epstein surrounded himself, with the most powerful leaders of our country and the world.
Yeah.
He abused not only me, but countless others, and everyone seemed to look away. The truth is, Epstein had a free pass. He bragged about his powerful friends, including our current president, Donald Trump.
Yep.
It was his biggest brag, actually.
Yep.
And what I endured will haunt me forever. I live every day with PTSD. I live as a mother trying to raise my child while distrusting a world that has betrayed me. This kind of trauma never leaves you. It breaks families apart. It shapes the way we see everyone around us. But one thing is certain, unless we learn from this history, monsters like Epstein will rise again. There are files, government files, that hold the truth about Epstein, who he knew, who owed him, who protected him, and why he was allowed to operate for so long without consequence. Why was Maxwell the only one held accountable when so many others played a role? Why does the government hide this information from the public? This secrecy is not protection, it's complicity. And as long as the truth is buried, justice will remain out of reach. That is why this bill matters. Passing it will, bless you, ensure that the suffering of survivors is not in vain. Passing it will bring accountability, transparency, and prevention. It will help protect the next generation of predators who seek to place themselves above the law through wealth, influence, and connections. This is not just my story. It is about every survivor who carries invisible scars. It's about the weight we live with daily. It is about the families broken and the futures stolen.
Be strong, girl.
So I ask you, President Trump and members of Congress, why do we continue to cover up sexual abuse and assault?
Why? Because he's a part of it. He's a part of it. You just said he is friends with, well, he was friends with Epstein. He's a part of it. He's a part of it. And Epstein was so bold to just boast about being friends with a billionaire, which is Trump. And many more. That's why.
And members of Congress,
It's disgusting
why
people.
do we continue to cover up sexual abuse and assault? Who are we covering for? Let the public know the truth. We cannot heal without justice. We cannot protect the future if we refuse to confront the past. Thank you.
Well done. Well done, well done, well done. Strong, strong, that's it. Come on, ladies.
Just give a round of applause for all the courage and strength that the survivors have shown.
Well,
We now
it's about
will
time.
take a few questions. You can always get Congressman Massey, me, or Congresswoman Green in the hallways and other places. If you have questions for us, that's fine. But I wanted to see first if you have questions for the lawyers and the survivors, and Brad will facilitate any of the questions to the survivors. Yes.
Yeah, this question would be for the survivors, Mr. Edwards. The president has said that this Epstein issue is a hoax, is the words that he used. Can we get your reactions to what you think when you hear him say that?
I'll answer that. Mr. President Donald J. Trump, I am a registered Republican, not that that matters because this is not political. However, I cordially invite you to the Capitol to meet me in person so you can understand this is not a hoax. We are real human beings.
Yeah.
This is real trauma.
Real victims.
What does it feel like emotionally to hear that?
Devastating.
It's being gutted from the inside out. Not that I would know what that feels like, but I imagine it's the anxiety buildup with the depression and the survival mode, and then your nervous system goes limp and ironically is shot. And it feels like you just want to explode inside because nobody, again, is understanding that this is a real situation. These women are real. We're here in person. To say that it's a hoax is just not. Please humanize us. I would like Donald J. Trump and every person in America and around the world to humanize us, to see us for who we are and to hear us for what we have to say. There is no hoax. The abuse was real. Now, what goes on behind closed doors, I can't speak for that. What happens around the world politically, I cannot speak for that. But I am here with all of these women, including our attorneys, and I would be more than happy to meet with him, and I will meet him halfway.
Ms. Edwards, I wonder if any of the victims could respond to the news from recently about Ghislaine Maxwell being transferred to a lower security prison in the aftermath of speaking to Todd Blank.
You want that one? There you go.
About her transfer to
Oh, yeah.
I'm happy to speak to that. We were horrified to learn that she had been transferred to a prison camp. She is someone who was found guilty by a jury of sex trafficking. She not only, we often hear that she procured women for Jeffrey, which I think is a very sort of polite and minimizing term.
It is.
She also participated in the abuse. She was a major architect of the scheme.
She's a part
and
of the abuse
fact that she's painting
team,
herself
yeah.
as a victim, I think, is disgusting, and it was horrifying, I think, to us that we were not told about her prison transfer. We found out about it in the news. 1 minute, I think Anushka maybe has something to say.
So, Anushka 𝐑𝐄𝐂𝐓𝐈𝐎𝐍, I testified alongside Annie at the trial of Ghislaine Maxwell. I was horrified when I found out not only had Ghislaine Maxwell been transferred to what's called a low security. It's really is like a holiday camp. And then afterwards, I got a notification from the Department of Justice telling me that this was going to happen when it had already happened. This woman abused children.
Bad timing, Jet. Bad timing, Jet.
I was abused by Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell for over 10 years.
Wow.
Ghislaine Maxwell was present for some of my abuse at the hand of Jeffrey Epstein. She was present, she was complicit, she was enabling, and it is appalling and disgusting. And it's one of my worst nightmares that she not only be transferred, but at the possibility that's very much going around that she might be pardoned. This is not okay, guys. This is not okay.
And I just want to add that I think it sends a very dangerous message to our country, to the young people in our country, that someone that we all know is aware of these crimes could be given a pass.
And just for the last one, the last survivor who just spoke, the last survivor who just spoke, she said that Epstein would brag about her relationship with Donald Trump. Could she please elaborate about that?
And anybody
Shante.
get to the microphones.
Get close.
Yeah, I did say that.
Come on. Give the ladies a chance. Well done, ladies. You guys are brave, man.
My first trip to the Palm Beach residence, I drove there from the airport with Ghislaine Maxwell, and Jeffrey and Ghislaine were always very boastful about their friends, their famous or powerful friends, and his biggest brag forever was that he was very good friends with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He had an 8x10 framed picture of him on his desk with the two of them. Like, they were very close.
Well done, ladies, man.
One second.
Hold on me. For this client list that you ladies are putting together, you said it would be confidential, but will the public, could you clarify, will the public get to see about Lisa?
So Lisa, what's your envision here?
Is it going to go to the public or just amongst the survivors?
No, we're reaching out to survivors that are scared.
So come on up.
We're reaching out to survivors that are scared to come forward and that also know who they were trafficked to. So that's the list that we're compiling. And we're not quite sure, how we're going to release that, or even if we're going to. The Department of Justice needs to release the list.
Right,
Yes.
for folks at home, they might be confused. Survivors know the names. You've seen these powerful people. Why can't you say the names? Could you just explain for folks?
Why do we have to say the names when the government knows the names? And we're also scared to do so. Look what's happened to so many of the survivors that have revealed names.
Yeah, I find it offensive.
I think it's also worth saying that having represented, I think, between our firm and Boyce Schiller, hundreds of victims, and we've talked to them about the various people that they were farmed out to. So we've created somewhat of a list. Most of these individuals, the victims, are very scared to say these names because they could get sued, they're going to get attacked, and nobody protected them the first time. And that was against one person. So is there a list? There is a list, but just to dispel kind of the common theme here, every one of these women was abused by Jeffrey Epstein, and his scheme was to personally abuse women. When they reached a certain age, he did farm a section of them, some of them, out to some of his friends. That doesn't mean all of his friends. With that said, I'm more than happy to assist in helping create the list behind the scenes and see what we do with it. Go ahead.
Hold on. I think if someone's interested in prosecuting, they may have something different to say about sharing a list. But they're not sharing a list for nothing to happen. And that's the experience that they've had for all of these years.
Well done, man. Well done. Like I said, a list like this would stir up a lot of these women are victims to this monster and his friends, his powerful friends. This to me is more powerful than the powerful friends that he had, because we have to say had because he's dead now. This to me is more powerful than that. This is power to the victim, man. Power to the victim, literally power to the victim. These women are going to need protection, though. They are going to need protection. It can get scary. It can get scary because he had friends in high places and they're still alive. So no one will want their names out there associated with this shit. So yeah, these women are strong. They're not suicidal. They are strong and they need answers. They need someone to pay. They need people to pay for what they did to them and mess their lives up. So yeah, power to the victims, man. Power to the victims. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comment section, man, and I'll be down there. All right? Don't forget to drop a sub. All right? Catch you in the next one. Peace.